So if we weren't already clear from this, I'm a pretty big buff when it comes to Twin Peaks. With there only being about a week to go until Christmas, I thought I would mark it with a bit of a biggie, and that is Angelo Badalamenti's Twin Peaks soundtrack. It is just flawless, iconic, spine-chilling, heartwarming, and for something like David Lynch and Mark Frost's show Twin Peaks, they couldn't have chose somebody better. They couldn't have got something as perfect as this. Whenever the subject of TV soundtracks comes up, this one is always topping those lists or those conversations, because it's utterly true. We're so lucky to have someone like Angelo kicking about, because this man, he knows how to set a scene. Even if he didn't actually even see these scenes, it's almost like he could envision them, which is a creativity, just a mindset that so few people can get into. Laura Palmer's theme is just pinpoint perfection. The synthesizer being used to weave an ominous tapestry that acts as a parallel to the shady events taking place in the titular town. And sure, some of the components are pretty clearly defined, like the piano's ascension about a quarter of the way in, but the way the track as a whole works, all kind of like sprawling from and crawling back into this broody, mysterious organ, goes to cement this theme as just matching what the show requires, especially when there's so many strange going-ons in Twin Peaks that Dale Cooper and co have to try and figure out. It's not all doom, gloom and garmonbozia though. Opening track Twin Peaks theme feels like you're just floating above the clouds, and an appetizing chunky guitar line holds your hand during the flight. Badalamenti's orchestration only going to make you soar higher above, and don't get me started on Audrey's dance. Don't get me started. Such a sultry number that manages to pack in the style and friskiness of Miss Horn, backed up by some tantalising brass and woodwind that just starts to merge into this one dominating abrasive ball of sound before disintegrating back into their individual cells. There's a lot of really nice performances on here, especially when it comes to the drums. Most notably, I'd say, on the song Dance for the Dream Man. The drums on here just slowly build up, and they never cease to. And Albert Regini's tenor, is that how you say it? The tenor saxophone, it kind of just takes the spotlight, alongside with some simple but nonetheless catchy finger snapping. Julie Cruz makes an appearance on a handful of tracks here as well, and surprise she's remarkable. She's one of the best vocalists from the past few decades, I would say, especially at this time of her career. She was just always dazzling. Her vocals, they always feel quite haunting but comforting. It's just no real surprise she made an appearance on here, considering her previous performance in Blue Velvet. But on here she laid any doubts to rest that anyone might have. Like, she just certified herself as being a force to be reckoned with. Granted, a force that presents itself in a very kind of delicate way, but one with some sort of like creepy undertone, which again I think is perfect for a show like Twin Peaks. And if for some reason you haven't watched Twin Peaks, then change that immediately, obviously. But you could, I think you could listen to this OST out with the show's context and still get a lot out of it. Though I would say watch the show, you'll know why people praise their soundtrack like myself, why we praise it so much, because it sets the mood so well, it captures it so well, and the fact that it comes up really often. These like 7 or 8 different sort of like themes that are on here, like they always pop up, but they never feel tiresome, especially when it came to the return. Like they changed a few things here or there, but the general bones of it all still as great as they were back during the 89 and the early 90s and Firewalk with Me and all that stuff. But we're talking about the soundtrack here, and that's me done finished talking about the soundtrack. So thank you guys for watching today's Christmas Cracker, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another one. As always, stay safe and stay hydrated.